I'll show you how to paint this area of petal from a watercolour painting of this gorgeous hollyhock flower. Hi, I'm Anna Mason. Welcome to this episode of Nature Studio TV, here to help you become the artist you want to be. In this mini class, I'm going to show you how I painted this section of this stunning hollyhock flower, which is available as a project in my online art school, Nature Studio. Here's a quick overview. For this little practice painting, I worked in my sketchbook. To prepare, I marked out a square on my page with waterproof pen, and with my pencil I mapped out the petal's most prominent veins and some tiny grains of pollen. The first areas to paint were the palest highlights, which were a purpley grey colour. With a watery paint mix, and using my small brush, I carefully applied the paint, avoiding the veins which were mostly lighter than the areas surrounding them. I laid down this pale colour everywhere that would end up the same hue and tone or darker. Then I mixed a red colour using plenty of water and painted over the palest red veins, taking care not to paint over any veins that looked more white or the pale specks of pollen. Next, I mixed a rich red colour and applied it to the areas which would later end up this colour and tone or darker, watering down slightly and adjusting the hue a little wherever I observed variations in the reference photo. Once I'd mapped out the colours everywhere except the very lightest details and my paper was completely dry, I then painted another layer of the rich burgundy colour to the darkest areas, still staying clear of the paler veins. When you're working on a full composition, this ugly duckling stage can feel a bit unnerving, especially if you're still getting to know and trust the process. But if you're just working on a little section in your sketchbook like this, there's zero pressure to get it right, so you can be brave and give it your best shot with nothing to lose. If it goes wrong, you can draw another square next to it and try again. I worked on the midtones next, using more watery grey mixes and stippling brush marks to soften the transitions between the palest and darkest areas. Again, making sure my paper was dry, I then used a more pinky red colour to further build up the tones. Using the tip of my brush, I made stippling marks to create the speckled look and added some more line details around the veins. With a thicker, darker mix, I painted more of the little shadows and tram lines around the paler veins, again using the tip of my brush for maximum control. You can see here that I wasn't trying to faithfully document every last intricate vein. Instead, I was seeking to create the overall impression of what I could see, paying attention to the direction of the veins, the way the light and the colours changed, and including the little pollen grains. I added a few more markings in that red colour, and then with a watery grey mix, a final round of subtle darkening of those smoky grey sections. With those last adjustments made, I was satisfied that my petal section was finished. A solo project of these hollyhocks, complete with an outline drawing you can trace, a reference photo and a list of paints, is available now with Nature Studio membership. If you've enjoyed this mini class, please subscribe to Nature Studio TV, then pop over to naturestudio.com where you can sign up for a free class and find a whole heap of resources to help you capture the beauty of nature on your paper. Thanks for watching, and if you want to find out more about my art school, Nature Studio, and the free class that's waiting for you there, keep watching. If you haven't taken your free full-length watercolour class yet, you're missing out. Step by step, I'll guide you through painting a 3D pear that looks real enough to pick up and eat. I'll explain not just what to do, but why, so you'll learn a reliable method you can use for painting all kinds of subjects that make your heart sing. You'll discover that you're already a better artist than you thought, and like thousands of others who painted their free pear before you, this discovery might just ignite a spark in you that wants to take this further. Which is where Nature Studio membership comes in. Joining gives you access to hundreds more classes that'll help you develop your skills and grow as an artist. And in addition to the classes, when you join, you become part of a global community of like-minded creatives who can support you and offer you feedback if and when you need it. Get the free pear class now and enjoy discovering wherever it takes you next.